Hello to everyone. I am so happy you're here with me. Thank you for being here. Oh my goodness, I'm just so happy that you are here today. So happy that you are here. God is so good to us, and I am grateful because of who He is. I give Him glory, I give Him honor, and I give Him praise. Dear God, as I sit before you to speak, I pray to you that my soul you will keep. And if I should die before I finish, I pray to you, dear God, in the name of Jesus, that any outstanding sins will be forgiven. Ah, man, it's such a wonderful, awesome day. I am just, like I said, grateful because of who God is, and I give Him glory, honor, and praise. And so today we're going to talk about uh, the thing that came to my mind, that the Lord put on my mind is it was yesterday. It came to my mind, just because you've been nice to someone doesn't give them carte blanche to your life. And sometimes here we say blanche, but according to my source, Miss Alexa, she said the correct pronunciation is a French word, carte blanche. So I'm going to say carte blanche. Okay. Thank you so much for being being here with me. You are awesome, and I am just thrilled. This is January the 8th in the year 2026. We are yet here just because someone has been nice to you. That doesn't give them carte blanche to your life. And I do these webcasts in order to inform myself as well as others, things that we think about. Some of us have been so trapped because we've done nice things, uh, or people have done nice things to us, and we just feel eternally, and not saying that we're not grateful to them. But nobody should have carte blanche to our lives but God, okay? Nobody, nowhere, no how. And I am just so elated and happy to present this today to you. Nobody, no human being should have carte blanche to your life. And there I'm in being right now. Because someone has been nice to you doesn't mean that they have carte blanche to your life. I have some things here, and I call myself getting myself all set up. And I am set up, but sometimes you know how you forget, or even doing something and other things just kind of slip your mind. So I am going to do some finishing touches here. Some finishing touches. And sometimes we get things and do things and we forget where we put this and that and the other. But I am just glad that I have, thanks be to God, my reasonable portion of health, strength. I have a sound mind, and my body is in great shape, and I thank God for that too. And He has promised He promised if we do what He tells us to do, wants us to do, that we will prosper and be in health as our souls prosper. And that is a scripture that says that, uh, God wants us to prosper and be in health as our souls prosper. And I think that might be Paul. I'm not sure. There's so much in there that we read. And, but it's one of the apostles that said that he wants us to prosper and be in health as our souls prosper. And I believe because Jesus said before he left here and went back to heaven, he said that anything we ask in his name, the Father will do it. Whatever we ask in, in Jesus' name, the Father will do it. And I truly believe that. And so I just spread the word just like that. But I want to get back in here because someone has done something nice to you, for you, that doesn't give them carte blanche to your life. So I'm going to go here and read what Being tells us about that. Because someone has been nice, I already have subscribed here, so let me get rid of these pop ups. Okay, because someone has been nice to you doesn't mean that they have carte blanche to your life. The phrase carte blanche means having complete freedom or authority to act as one sees fit. That's what carte blanche means. However, it does not imply that someone is entitled to your life or personal decisions. Being nice to someone does not equate to having carte blanche over their life. It doesn't equate to that. This is, and we need to really understand all of this because there are so many people. I did this for you, and there's times when people have stepped up for us, and that's not, I'm not being unappreciative, but still, they don't have a right to your life and unlimited access to you. So being nice to someone does not equate to having carte blanche over their life. It is important to set boundaries and understand that kindness does not come with a license to control or dictate every aspect of someone's life. Oh, I like this. I like this. Being always comes through. This AI is all right with me. Oh, my goodness. So, my first here is an article from Medium, and I want to deal with this article from Medium. And this was in 2025. And it says, hey, they don't like you. They're just nice, period. And we have to realize these things. So this is quote from a friend who's had enough of life's fake signals. So from this article, and this is medium.com, one of my favorite sites. So ever had someone treat you so nicely that your brain starts writing fan fiction? That's WRITING. Ever had someone treat you so nicely that your brain starts writing fan fiction? And we all can relate or can remember when someone has been so nice to us. And sometimes they've been so nice till we have misinterpreted that nice. And they were just being nice, okay? No intentions other than just being kind. It could be their character, and it could have been the need for that time for them to be nice to us. So, like whom are us being nice to someone, okay? They're being super sweet. Do they like me? Is this a sign? Is the universe sending me hints? Yeah, it's been a while since we've had a love life, huh? Then suddenly their basic texts feel special. Have you eaten? Wow, they care. Take care on the way. OMG, they're so thoughtful. They, hey, can you help me with something? Wait, is this a sign? Oh my goodness. But in reality, but in reality, they're just nice to everyone. Yep. EVERYONE. Everyone. This is who they are. This is their character. So, from the lady selling food on the street to the random quiet dude at the back of the class, everyone gets the same treatment from that particular person. But you already halfway planning the wedding. Sometimes people get so mixed up. That's how we come up with these, uh, sometimes, this fatal attraction, because people misinterpret things or they form their own opinion without someone being nice. So there are many ways this can work. So the heartbreak hits when reality kicks in. Like when they randomly talk about someone they like, or worse, they introduce you to their friend with, "Hey, this is my good friend." Has it ever happened to you, bruh? Good friend? That's when life hits you with a plot twist you didn't sign up for. Oh, yes. But hey, sometimes people are just genuinely nice. That is so true. Sometimes people are just genuinely nice. They are. And we sometimes loneliness or something can cause us to feel that way when we need some attention or something, but they sometimes are just genuinely nice. No secret messages, no hidden feelings, no divine soulmate energy. They just grew up in a family that taught them to be kind to everyone, not just one person. And us, we're out here, heart in hand, reading way too much into a good morning text. So, what do? Swallow the truth, fake a laugh, and play Back Burner by Nikki in the background. And I don't know what that is, that Back Burner by Nikki, but evidently that's a song. And so the writer goes on to say, but I get it. And we all get it. Don't we get it? We've been nice to people and they misinterpreted. That's why now I'm trying to adjust this. Okay. Oh, that's not centered. That's not centered. I want it centered. There we are. We, I'm very careful now because many people can take your kindness, like this article is, misinterpret your kindness, and then they will accuse you of being flirtatious or liking someone or whatever. So now I'm really careful. I smile. It's natural. I smile, and I am friendly, and I am loving to everyone. Loving meaning I love everyone. And until people show me who they really are, if it's in a negative light, it doesn't mean I don't love them, but I, make myself scarce from their company. But people misinterpret your smile, they misinterpret your kindness, accused of things that you're not thinking about. Lies are uh, hey, told against you. Have you ever been in that predicament? I have. I still think of some things that people have said, and it got back to me, and I'm thinking, how in the world did they come to that conclusion or opinion? How in the world? But when people have certain thoughts in their minds, if they think a certain way, that's just the way they are. But I get it. It's hard not to catch feelings for someone who's always there, who stays up at 2 a.m. to listen to your rants, who never forgets to check in on you, who remembers little things about you that even you forgot. Feels like, come on, there's no way this is just them being nice, right? But some people are really just nice. They're already attached, they're already happily coupled up. Oh, yes. But guess what? It probably is that they're just being nice. People who are naturally kind, they'll be nice to anyone. Today they grab ramen with you. Tomorrow they're buying food, fried snacks with you, with someone else. Excuse me. Let me do this because my throat is dry. So hold on, please, okay? Okay, I'm back. Got water. So today they're your emotional support. Tomorrow they're someone else's. Not because you're special, but because they're just a decent human passing through your life. And sometimes it's for them to pass through, not to just be there continuously all the time. It's just that you need them at a certain time, and God allows them to come into your life. And sometimes we misinterpret, we can't understand it. And so that's why understanding, in all we get an understanding, rationalize. Hey, now, and the saddest part, what is the saddest part? Half the time, they don't even realize they're giving you mixed signals. They're just living life with kindness while we're out there building a whole romance drama in our heads. Thanks a lot. Too many AU fanfics. Mm. So, what do you do if you're in this situation? Here we come to it. Tell us what to do. First, stop overthinking. So, we're going through this part to get to the other part. Okay, so we're talking about mainly ourselves and how we sometimes misinterpret when somebody's just being nice to us. They're not looking for a relationship, a romantic relationship, or anything. And sometimes they're so nice till we just gather it all in and think that something else is coming from it. So what do you do if you're in this situation? First, stop overthinking. Second, if you're really curious and brave, just ask. Don't torture yourself with theories. Third, if it turns out they're just nice, then what? Back away gracefully with all the dignity you can gather. Don't let your little crush turn into a second-hand embarrassment. Great advice, isn't it? Hi, thank you for being here with me on this Thursday, the 8th of January in the year 2026. Oh, yeah. And Tuesday, January 13th, is my birthday. Oh, yes. At the end of the day, not every kind gesture means love. Sometimes we just meet good people at the exact moment we need someone to believe in. And that's okay. Just don't let yourself fall for a love story that only exists in your own head. All right? Oh my goodness. What's that? Check yourself before you wreck yourself. And I mean that in a good, heartfelt way. This is written by Alia. All right. And the person said, I hope you all like it. I like it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, let me, just because that was medium.com, just because someone is nice to you, you don't have to give them full control over your life. Let me see. Here's an article in Quartz. Let me see here. I've not been here before. Oh, this one is good. Kind of on the same page as the last one, but it's more direct, okay? This is Quartz, Quarts, Quart, but it's really QZ com. QZ.com. Someone being nice doesn't make them perfect for a relationship with you. Okay. All right, let me see what this is going to do for me. All right, got a pop up here. So let's see about this pop up. If I deal with it here, I'd like to deal with it. Okay, hopefully it might not come back, but I don't mind doing when I use people's information, I don't mind being the perfect partner for you. Oh, this is good. I see, I see, I see. It is for you and me. There are a lot of us single people out here in this world. One of the trickiest relationship situations you can find yourself in is when you know that you need to break up with someone, but instead you stay together or keep coming back together because you feel that the person is too nice to break up with. How many of us have been in that situation? Oh my goodness. If they were treating you badly, or if there wasn't something beneficial about remaining with them or the relationship, you would have finished it a long time ago, but they don't, and there is. And so you feel caught between a rock and a hard place. That's a predicament, isn't it? And as the writer to said to a close pal, and when this was written, it was earlier that week, and let me see if I can see a date, which I don't see right now. I don't see the date right now. But during the week that this was written, for me, this is good information, and I surely do want to share it. So hopefully, there we go. There we go. So the person said to a pal earlier the week that this was written, you end up feeling as if you're kicking a puppy in the face. And of course, no one wants to think of themselves in this way. So let's get on into this. One of the trickiest relationship situations you can find yourself in is when you know that you need to break up with someone, but instead you stay together. Okay. So, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. You're not doing yourself, never mind the other person, any favors for remaining in the relationship. Did we get off on this? So evidently someone needs to hear this. Someone needs to share it. Oh yes. Somebody needs every bit of this we're sharing today. So, my goodness. Just going back and doing some references here. And let me get on here. So, but there's the thing. Now, here's the thing. You're not doing yourself or the person any favors. So, I have another pop up here. Let me see if I can get rid of it right quick. And I understand they are promoting these ads come up. We know that. I have no complaint. I have no complaint. I just want to present this article to you and myself. So, it's one thing to stay because you want to and because you genuinely love and accept the person, but it's another when fear of looking like the bad guy or enjoying aspects of the relationship while gritting your teeth and facilitating between breaking up or staying is blocking you from making the right, albeit uncomfortable, decision. Oh, just because someone is nice to you, and there are people who are nice to people in relationships, but the people just don't want to be in the relationship any longer. And sometimes people get into relationships because a person is nice to them and that drew them in, but they really don't love the person. There are so many ways that this works. So many ways. So the person goes back to my friend is used to doing what I used to do, metaphorically the relationship, a la Angela Bassett in Waiting to Exhale, or exiting with stealth moves to avoid dealing with the person and the situation. And I might watch that again. Waiting to Exhale. That's one of the great, great, great classics. Neither option, while they might feel initially, results in growth because if the only way that you can break up is with lots of drama or trying to pull a Houdini, you won't know how to do the grown up thing and admit when something isn't working. Discuss it and make a clean break. That's good advice, but sometimes you've discussed it, and sometimes the person will not let you go emotionally and sometimes physically either. And that's when you have to do a Houdini, okay? So don't rule out the Houdini, okay? Like my sister Cleester says, get some yonder. Sometimes you try to talk, you try to reason with people, and they will not accept it. They say, I don't understand. No, and this, and that's when you have to make your break. If you don't want to be there and you've tried and it's not working for you, it's time to go. I really believe that. I really believe that. So when you're faced with a relationship that doesn't call for drama or disappearing, you end up doubting the validity of your desire to break up. That is so true. But they're such a nice person. I don't like this and that, and I know that this isn't really going to work long term, but I really like the affection slash sex slash not being alone for insert benefit of you could insert the benefit of choice, whatever it is. I don't want to be alone because of this. I don't like being alone because of that. I don't like being alone at this time of the year. There are some people, it's coming to my mind, that want a relationship during the holidays just so they won't be alone. Oh my goodness. So in comparison to your ex, they don't do this and they don't do, but they're good at this. Whatever it is, good at fixing cars, good at cooking, good at cleaning the house, whatever. I don't want to break their heart. Next thing you know, you feel trapped, guilty, and eventually resentful. Go through those stages. So when you know what it's like to have your heart broken, to feel disappointed because of the gap between your hopes and expectations and reality, or you know that something isn't right but still hope things will work out, it's easy to see why you would be reluctant to break up with someone. Easy peasy, we can understand that. However, it's critical to recognize that as painful as past breakups might have been, it was the right thing for the relationship to end if it wasn't mutual. If it was not mutual, you have to be careful of projecting your past experience and fears onto someone else, blinding you for what you need to do. And that's the truth. And sometimes we just cannot help it. We base our present, if we have a present relationship, on what might have happened in the past relationship. So we're either looking for that good or we're looking for that bad, whichever manifested. We're expecting something to come over and cross over from the other relationship. And that is a dangerous thing to a new relationship. It really is. So this relationship isn't the same as your last unsuccessful relationship, although it will end up that way if you try to avoid the inevitable. The danger we run when we are not honest about how we feel and when we deny doing what we need to do is that we do more damage. The danger we run into when we are, there's a typo. Well, it would be a typo if I was writing this, okay? We run into when we delay doing what we need to do, and many of us know that for a fact, is that we do more damage than we would have if we'd acknowledged and shared our feelings, even though it might not have been very pretty, even though it might have led to some awkward or even painful discussions. And yes, even though it might have led to the So, by putting ourselves in a situation where we're going through a feeling, temporarily reinvested in the relationship only for the same old feelings and the realization that it isn't working to return, we get into the habit of repeatedly calling the relationship into question. So that isn't working in return. If it's not working in return, we invest so much into relationships. Some people are in relationships now just for the sake of long been hurt so long, I might as well stay here. Even though things are not working, even though we're sleeping in separate beds, in separate bedrooms. I have mine, he has. what's likely to follow is that you'll subconsciously act up so that they'll do what you want. And that's the truth. And they blame you, or you blame them, and you always nagging them about something just to try to make them upset so that they'll leave, or they're nagging you and saying things and doing things trying to make you leave. It is a miserable situation. One of the things we have to recognize when we go out with that nice person who isn't quite right for us is that, as disappointing as it is, finding out that this person isn't the right fit is also progress. Wouldn't it be nice if we could just re- realize this over and over again? If we could just realize this, that is progress. You've done something good. You've done something good. So, just because someone is nice, lovely, etc., doesn't mean that they're the person for you. It doesn't. It does not. It's a bit like having a few bad jobs, being unemployed for a bit, and then getting a nice job that, while it provides you with a bit of money and some areas of satisfaction, is still not the perfect job for you. It's not the best use of your talents, and you're not growing. Some people have stayed in jobs like that for all their lives. As lovely as this person might be, if it's not a mutual relationship with love, care, trust, respect, and shared values, you're both inadvertently hiding out in a relationship that isn't the best expression of your respective selves. It's just not. Remember that incompatibility means that you both want different things, and that can happen even when two people feel a great deal for each other. Yes, it can. So, and just because someone is nice, lovely, etc., and you still want to end the relationship, it does not mean that you like being treated badly or that you don't like nice people. Doesn't mean that. You also don't owe someone a relationship. Get this. Oh my goodness. You also don't owe someone a relationship just because they're nice, or because, relative to your exes, they seem like Mother Teresa. Don't choose a partner based on your ex. Choose them for them. Oh, this is so good. And this is quartz. I haven't been in this before that I remember never. So you need to love and respect the person, accept them for who they are, and be able to live harmoniously with your shared values for it to go somewhere good. Share your shared values. So I want to repeat that. So you need to love and respect that person, accept them for who they are, and be able to live harmoniously with your shared values for it to go somewhere good. Oh, yes. It doesn't make you a bad person for wanting to end it with a nice person. I must repeat that. It doesn't make you a bad person for wanting to ended with a nice person. The honorable, loving thing to do when you know that a relationship isn't it for you is to both free, let you both free, so that you're not blocking each other from being with the people who will make you happy. And you've heard people say, or you've heard the expression, I'm not the one for them. They deserve better. Some people admit that, or he or she is not the one for me. I deserve better. But just because someone is nice to you, or you're nice to someone, that doesn't give carte blanche to theirs or our lives. They don't have unlimited access. And that's even in a long time relationship, even if you're both happy with each other, but both of you should have boundaries. You should have boundaries. Now, I don't know what this is, unable to use my microphone. Let me see if it's working. Oh, yes, it's working. So I can tell by my avatar that it's working. So, oh, I like that. This so much about just because a person is nice, that doesn't give them carte blanche to your life. Just remember that you don't owe anybody full control of your life, not a human being down here in this world. You don't owe a person full control of your life. And there are people, hundreds of people, living miserably because someone has taken over their lives. You allowed someone to control your life. And you don't want to do that. If you're doing that, hey, it's time to set those boundaries. And you know what? You have to be wise. What is this? Wise as serpents, harmless as doves. If you love the person, if you want to be with the person, if the person loves you and they want to be with you, then you have to make these gradual changes. Because there are definitely people who feel that they should tell you what to do, when to do, how to do, where to do it, and the whole works. And sometimes that's just the way they are. So you have to be wise and start setting those boundaries gradually, okay? Gradually. And I believe if you're wise and if you're loving, if you want to stay in the relationship, you can do it gradually, you can do it wisely, and you can do it harmlessly and adjust that relationship. Adjust that relationship because there are people who love the people they're with, but they're controlling, demanding, and that's the part that they don't like. So, if you know someone in a relationship like that, you can share this with them. Oh my goodness. This is nice. So I'm not going to, what they say, I'm not going to belabor the time. I'm not going to prolong the time. But I have enjoyed presenting this to you today. You are awesome. And I am so thankful that you are here with me today. And I ask you again to please share this. I always try to make sure that there's nothing out of place. Nothing out of place. When you're speaking, there can be things happening when you're for public, but I always try to make sure I try. Okay. And you have, you know, if I'm watching my monitor, if something is going awry, feel free to let me know. Okay. feel free to let me know. You are awesome. You're wonderful. And this is Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. That is the day for the Mother's Board Inc. But I don't know whether we're going to be on live tomorrow because I have an appointment. I thank God that my eyes are great. I am so happy, so happy. But there is a schedule that I keep, for checkups and everything. So thank you so much, like I said, for being here with me. I totally appreciate you. And don't forget, next week is my birthday. And I'm so happy to be alive and so happy to have a reasonable portion of health and strength. And so happy for you also. And I speak happiness, peace, joy, prosperity, whatever it is you need. I speak that into your life in the name of Jesus. Enjoy the remainder of your day. I love you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here with me. All right. I had to finish getting my subject right and hope I don't have misspelled words in here just in case. Just in case. I want to get my subject right. And since I'm not in my hour, okay. Okay, no one deserves carte blanche in your life. Okay. Oh, yeah. I'm changing this. Changing this. No one deserves carte blanche in your life. All right. I'm getting this topic right. I want to make sure that I get it right. And I did those capitals for a reason. Oh, yes. I'm so thankful that the Lord has given us this time in our lives that we can take our time. Life and time is for a reason.